What if embracing your imperfections was the secret to living a wholehearted life? Could letting go of the need for perfection lead to more connection, joy, and authenticity? And how often do we forget that our worthiness isn't tied to how flawless we appear to the world? Could letting go of the need for perfection lead to more connection, joy, and authenticity? These questions lie at the heart of the Gifts of Imperfection, a book that dares to challenge our deepest insecurities and invites us to step into a life of courage, compassion, and connection. Are you ready to discover the transformative power of imperfection? In the Gifts of Imperfection, the reader is handed a life-changing guide to living authentically and embracing imperfections as a source of strength. The book explores how cultivating courage, compassion, and connection allows us to lead a wholehearted life, a life rooted in authenticity, gratitude, and joy, rather than fear, shame, and self-doubt. It's not about fixing yourself. It's about accepting yourself fully and living with intention. At its core, the book challenges the relentless pursuit of perfectionism, a behavior so deeply ingrained in modern culture that it often feels like a requirement for success. Perfectionism, however, is exposed as a shield we use to protect ourselves from feelings of inadequacy, judgment, and shame. Instead of serving us, perfectionism keeps us stuck in a cycle of striving and self-criticism, preventing us from truly connecting with ourselves and others. So how can we break free? Through a series of 10 guideposts, the book lays out a practical roadmap for cultivating a wholehearted life. 1. Cultivating authenticity. Authenticity is about letting go of the need to please others and living in alignment with our true selves. It requires vulnerability, the willingness to show up and be seen, even when there's no guarantee of acceptance. By embracing who we are, rather than who we think we're supposed to be, we create deeper, more meaningful connections. 2. Letting go of perfectionism. Perfectionism is not the same as striving for excellence. Instead, it's a self-destructive drive to earn approval and avoid criticism. Letting go of perfectionism means accepting that our worthiness isn't tied to achievements or appearances. It's about embracing the beauty of imperfection and recognizing that mistakes are part of growth. 3. Cultivating a resilient spirit. Resilience is the ability to bounce back from adversity. To build resilience, we must cultivate hope, practice gratitude, and nurture our spiritual lives. These practices anchor us during tough times and remind us that we're capable of overcoming challenges. 4. Cultivating gratitude and joy. Gratitude and joy are deeply connected. Instead of chasing happiness in external accomplishments, we're encouraged to slow down and appreciate the small moments of beauty in our everyday lives. Gratitude helps us focus on what we have rather than what we lack, paving the way for joy. 5. Letting go of comparison. Comparison is the thief of joy. When we constantly compare ourselves to others, we diminish our own unique gifts. Living wholeheartedly means focusing on our own path and celebrating the successes of others without measuring ourselves against them. 6. Cultivating creativity. Creativity is an essential part of being human. It allows us to express ourselves, solve problems, and see the world in new ways. Engaging in creative activities, whether it's painting, writing, or cooking, fosters self-expression and helps us connect with our inner selves. 7. Cultivating play and rest. In a culture that glorifies busyness, we often neglect the importance of rest and play. Yet both are vital for our well-being. Play fuels creativity, while rest restores our energy and prevents burnout. Wholehearted living means honoring our need for downtime without guilt. 8. Letting go of anxiety as a lifestyle. Anxiety often manifests as a constant need for certainty and control. Letting go of anxiety involves cultivating calm and stillness. This means learning to sit with discomfort, practicing mindfulness, and trusting that we don't need to have all the answers to move forward. 9. Cultivating meaningful work. Meaningful work doesn't have to be tied to a career. It's about engaging in activities that bring a sense of purpose and fulfillment, whether that's parenting, volunteering, or pursuing a passion. Living with intention allows us to align our actions with our values. 10. Letting go of self-doubt and supposed to. We often feel trapped by societal expectations of what we're supposed to do or be. Letting go of these expectations requires self-compassion and the courage to trust our own inner wisdom. By silencing the voice of self-doubt, we can step into a life that feels authentic to us. Through these guideposts, the book emphasizes that wholehearted living isn't about perfection or striving for success in the traditional sense. It's about showing up as we are, embracing our vulnerabilities, and choosing to live with intention. By practicing self-compassion, setting boundaries, and cultivating meaningful connections, we create a life that feels rich, fulfilling, and uniquely our own. At the heart of it all is the idea that our imperfections are not weaknesses to be hidden or fixed, but gifts to be embraced. They are what make us human and allow us to connect with others on a deeper level. Letting go of shame and self-judgment opens the door to true joy, belonging, and love. So are you ready to let go of the exhausting need for perfection and embrace the messy, beautiful, and authentic life that's waiting for you? What would change if you truly believed you were worthy of love and belonging, just as you are? And how might your world transform if you had the courage to show up, imperfections and all? Join us on BitBooks as we dive into stories that challenge, inspire, and empower. Until next time, ask yourself this: what gifts are hiding in your imperfections?